I got red pilled with regards to church. And I'm starting to get red pilled with regards to God, although it's difficult. But as far as how I feel with God is basically there's prayers that I've been praying for 20 years that have never been answered. And there's no reason why they shouldn't be answered. There's no reason why God can't answer certain prayers. And this is like a whole freaking, you know, the whole genre of like gobbledygook. Why didn't God answer your prayers? It's because you didn't do this or you were doing that or because it's just not his timing. You'll hear a million things when it comes to why didn't God answer your prayers. And after a while you realize like, well, it's pretty simple. Do you love me? All right, answer my prayer. If not, then you don't love me. And that's just all there is to it. There's no, at a certain point, after you spend 20 years of needing something, at a certain point, you're just like, okay, either you're not real or you don't love me or you're just an asshole because there's no in between. Like at a certain point, it's just like, there's no lesson here anymore. And then there's always the caveat where it's like, oh, well, it's your fault. You must have just not done something. And it's like, it's a cop out. It's a cop out, right? Like you're giving God an out. It's like either, put up or shut up. Like if you make there's a zillion promises in the Bible, right? There's a gazillion promises in the Bible. It's like, okay, you make all these promises, fulfill them. All right. You say you're God, you own the cattle on 1,000 hills, fulfill them. Otherwise, dude, and people say, oh, well, he's just testing your patience. It's like, why? It's stupid. I wouldn't. And there's so much that I can't defend about the Bible, and it's like, again, it's the fail safe. Like when life sucks, when you're trying to figure out, existentialism, the reason why we're all here, right? You look to the Bible and it has all the answers, right? But, you know, you know. Anyway, it's sad and it's depressing and it's disheartening. But at a certain point, you're just like, I just don't think this shit's real or he doesn't love me. But logically, I probably could never not believe. And it's like, yeah, it's there's no atheist in a foxhole. That's true. When you're down and out and your back's against the wall, you turn to God. And look, I appreciate having a roof over my head. Things could have been way worse in my life, but I'm so disappointed. I heard someone say, well, God's never let me down. It's like, God's let me down 5 times since last week. I just don't understand people sometimes. Like, I don't understand, like what kind of fairy tale life are you living where God's never let you down? Like, he's let me down a billion times. Like, and it's like this relationship where I keep coming back and he keeps hurting me and I keep coming back. And it's like, at what point is it's like, I wish I could divorce from him, but it's like you can't because he's God. There's nothing you can do. You're hemmed up. You're absolutely, you're just jammed. There's nothing you can do. It's not like you can't believe in God anymore. It's not like you can, oh, well, I don't believe anything anymore. Well, good luck. Good luck. Good luck surviving in this jacked up satanic world without God. It's like, so he gives you. It's like you're in a bathtub and you're drowning, but it's just the little bit of your nose is just sticking out of the water so you can breathe. Like, that's been my Christian life, where like everything sucks, but I got a roof over my head for whatever reason, and I got food, and it's like, take that away, and then I fully wouldn't believe in God anymore. Like, fuck it. And that's been one of my fears, is being homeless. It's been one of my biggest fears, in my life. I mean, if our family has a van, I'll go live in the van, I guess. But it's fucking crazy, man. I mean, it's just like, you pray and nothing happens. You pray and nothing happens. And it's like 20 years go by and you're just like, or, you think something's going to happen and then it turns out to be a snake, or it turns out to be something rotten. But anyway, so that's how I've been disenfranchised with God Himself. Now let's talk about disenfranchised with church, which I think, me getting red pilled with church, right? How did that happen? So I thought I was part of this great thing, and I made a mistake, or at least I was part of a cult. Let's put it that way. I'm part of a cult, and the cult made you think you were in the highest thing in the world because they had this, like, the way they set up, the way they set up their structure was all like, oh yeah, this is why we're the best thing. And they use these Bible verses out of context and stuff, or it was a very carefully curated cult to the point where, like, it really seemed legitimate. And even if, like, if we're talking on paper, it sounds pretty good. But it's based on this presupposition that there should only be one church per one city. And that presupposition basically is like the governing, foundational tenet, right? So anyway, basically I found out they're a cult, and I got disenfranchised with church that way. And basically at the end of the day, I'm totally disenfranchised with all churches. Like, I don't want to go in any kind of, Christian organization where some pastor's leading it, or, like, if I'm going to be a Christian, I'm going to be a Christian in the wilderness, and I know there's verses that say, like, oh, well, you shouldn't stop meeting, don't forsake your assembling together. That's nice, but after being part of a cult for my whole life, born into it, and spent years there in my adult life, I don't want anything more to do with anything organized, whatever. I'm a Christian. There's Christians out here. That's good enough for me. Sorry, I'm not meeting with anybody. I'm just done. I'm done with, I got disenfranchised with women. I'm disenfranchised with shit. It's like everything's a lie. Love is a lie. Relationships are a lie. Church is a lie. God is a lie. Like, everything's a lie. It doesn't benefit you. It's just like, what's the point? Like, I put 20 years into something, consecrated myself to God, pursued God, had some good experiences of God, whatever. But what did I get out of it? Nothing. I'm the same. He hasn't healed me. Pray, all these promises, like, I'll heal you, I'll take care of you, I'll give you the desires of your heart, follow me and you'll prosper and all this shit. And it's like, none of that's come true. What's that one in Proverbs? I think, contact God, tell God the way you're going and He'll direct your paths and all this shit. It's like, none of that's true. None of it actually did anything for me. It's like, and then there's always the fail-safe. Well, it's your fault. You must have been sinning, or you must not have had faith, or you must not have, it's like, yeah, sure, it's my fault. Good cop out, nice cop out. There's always a cop out. There's always a caveat. He's God, He's perfect, He's limitless, but you're just a failure because you're fallen. There's always the cop out. It's like, well, if I'm so fallen, why doesn't He actually make it easy for me? Why doesn't He actually do something for me? And then he doesn't. And it's just like, at the end of the day, you're like, well, all that really matters is, what's tangible. All that really matters is what I can do right now, what I see right now, what I can see, what I can do, what I can bring in, period. That's all that matters. Like, there's not going to be something that comes and saves you. Love isn't going to fall out of the sky. It's like, it's not how anything works. Reality doesn't work that way. There's no miracles. That doesn't ever happen. It's never happened in my life. I mean, sure, maybe God's, I felt like God's done things for me, but who knows, I don't know. Maybe things just worked out in my favor. I don't know. It's like, I needed a miracle for healing. I needed a miracle for a wife. I needed a miracle for money. None of that. I need practical miracles where, like, things, oh, this is actually working. And I've seen it happen for other people. And they're like, yeah, I prayed and all of a sudden I got rich. I'm not saying I need to be rich, but I'm just like, there's stuff out there like that where there's success stories. And it's like, well, where's my success story? It's been 2 decades. I've been praying to God for 2 decades. And, like, sure, was I praying every day during that whole time? No, but I prayed prayers. And it's like, I I asked God for a wife. I asked God for healing. I asked God to take care of me and things like that. None of it ever worked. I've been the same spot that I am for 20 years right now that I am 20 years ago. It's like it doesn't work. It's not real. Like as far as I can say, I'm not saying God isn't real. I'm just saying like all the promises in the Bible, like they don't come true. Like I'm not saying I don't believe in God. I believe in God, but like because it's just the most logical thing for the reason for the whole reason why we're here. Other